Hey guys, Beck here, Mustang 2s. I'm at the junkyard today. You can see it's a pretty decent day today, except it is Ohio and it's winter, and well, we're actually in Pennsylvania right now. But I haven't done a video lately. It's been kind of cold and crappy, and I wanted to get out here. I'm looking into doing a few custom touches on the 78, and I thought of a cool, I've seen some people putting some Gran Torino hood scoops, built them into the hood. So what do you think about this? This is a old Thunderbird, and what about this hood? This would be sweet, wouldn't it? I thought I could cut this thing out and somehow maybe incorporate this. Maybe, I know it looks a little long, but we could cut this. If I could get this for the right price, maybe we could cut this thing down. That would look pretty sweet on the Mustang too. I mean, that scoop is cool, and I think it's functioning. I looked at another one. You could see underneath it's got holes in here, so the air will go right in. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, look at these old cars. We've got an old Gran Torino over here, a bunch of Thunderbirds up the aisle, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm looking for some Mustang 2s. The guy said if there was any out here, they would be right around here. So I'll take a look. If I see anything, I'll get back to you. But so far, I just see a bunch of old Thunderbirds, and there's a Falcon over here. There's an old Mustang over there with a really cool grill ornament that I'll take a picture of here, and I'll show you. And that would make a nice wall decoration if you're not restoring a 60s Mustang. So I'm gonna walk up here. I'll be right back. Hey, we walked up the aisle a little bit, and here's another Thunderbird hood right here. It's a little rusty, but it's already off the car. And the hood scoop looks pretty decent. Looks like it's in not bad shape. It's just surface rust. That'll grind off. Let's take a look at the underneath. It actually kind of looks like maybe those holes, I don't know, maybe this hood's functioning. So that looks pretty cool, looks promising. But here's this Mustang. Let me show you this. Take a look here. Now this is really cool. This would make a great wall art ornament, or for somebody that's even looking for a replacement part for their Mustang. You can see the Mustang is pretty roached. It's not very good shape. The taillights actually aren't too bad. You could probably salvage them. The trunk won't open. Here's that old Falcon, pretty cool. I always liked Falcons, pretty neat. Bunch of old cars, all kinds of neat stuff here. I love the junkyard. Like walking around, just looking, and look all this history. Look at all these old cars. Wonder what they used to be like in the day. I'm gonna walk up there. I think there's some Mustangs, some more Mustangs up there. Let's see what we got, and I'll get right back. Well, they're pretty slim pickings here for the Mustangs. It looks like everything is late model, 04s, 05s, 07s, this one here, they're relatively newer body styles. Looks like they only have about a dozen or so. We got a couple. These guys had some bad days. Guess they forgot to take their cars in for the recalls, huh? Looks like the next best one we got, closest thing, is a 85. And it's not in very good shape either. So, no 74 to 78s. 85 is as close as we came. And there's really not too much on that thing that I could use. So I guess this junkyard trip was kind of a bust, but if we can get that Mustang hood emblem, that front grille emblem, and maybe that Thunderbird hood, and maybe we can incorporate that Thunderbird hood into a hood scoop on the 78, that would be pretty sweet. Now I have an extra 78 hood from a car that I scrapped, so as what I'll do is I'll use that hood instead of cutting up my original hood that's on the car now. So I'll use that hood and see how that works, incorporate that in there and weld that in. That actually might look pretty cool. I haven't seen it done yet, so maybe I'll be the first. And so we're gonna head out of here and head back to the shop. I got to put a new heater in the shop. I'll show you guys what I put in there, and I got propane coming on Wednesday, because I don't know, those of you who may live in Ohio, Northeast Ohio, Pennsylvania, it's 30 degrees out here right now, so it's cold. And when it's 30 degrees, it's not too much warmer in the shop. So we got to get that thing heated up if we're going to get that car done for next year. It means I got to work all winter. So we want that shop at least 50, 60 degrees in there to make it comfortable to work on. And that's what we're going to do. So I'll show you how I hooked up the heater, what heater I got, and maybe kind of let you guys know anybody else who's thinking about putting a heater in their shop. And we'll see how this thing works, see how it heats, and we'll let you know from there. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, back from the junkyard. I'm in my shop now on my bar side over here, and I just wanted to show you, I went ahead and got this part that I showed you in that old Mustang. I thought it would make a really cool piece of wall art. I mean, it's pretty pitted up. It's not really you know, car-worthy, car condition. I imagine you could grind it down and re-chrome it, you know, but I thought it would be pretty cool. And I'm gonna hang it somewhere. I have a couple extra Mustang grills like this one here, you know. I mean, how cool would that look in the middle? I don't know. It's the wrong year, but it might look kind of neat in the front of that damn grill like that. So you never know. So now we're back. It was a little chilly outside there at the junkyard, so it's a little warmer in here. So let's walk over and let me show you what we've done with the heater. So what I did was I bought this. It's a Mr. Heater. It's a 30,000. There's Chaco, the garage dog. And it's basically, you know, 30,000 BTUs. So I thought it would be pretty cool. It should heat this garage. It's pretty warm in here, not like today. Right now it's a little over 30 degrees outside. It's probably in the 40s or 50s, in low 50s in here, which is pretty good. I got it insulated pretty well. So I thought this heater, and when you buy it, it doesn't come with a fan. Luckily, when I bought it, it said if you buy the heater, then they'll give you the fan for free, but you have to install it. It goes through the back and comes in, and then it has an auto switch, and it has a on. So you can leave the fan on the whole time, or it must have a thermostat where when it heats up to a certain temperature, the fan comes on and off. And then, you know, I just got it plugged into the ceiling over there. And it doesn't come with any of the fittings. So I went ahead and I had some black pipe actually laying around I took a furnace out of my house. I had to put a new furnace in last winter, right in the middle of winter here. And anybody that's from Ohio knows how cold it gets up here. We're literally, I don't know, we're right on the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio, northeastern part. So not too far from Pittsburgh. It gets pretty cold around here. So for middle of winter, my furnace broke. Had to put a new furnace in. Had to order one and make sure I had it the next day. Luckily, between me and my buddy, you know, it's not a hard job putting in a furnace. So put a furnace in, had the heat on within a day. So it really didn't drop down. It got down in the 50s or so in the house, which inside your house in the middle of winter, 50 degrees is pretty chilly. So luckily we got that furnace in and got it quick. So I want to get this going. Like I said, they're coming Wednesday with the bottle. It's going to go outside. So I got it hooked in, come down, made sure that I put a off-on switch here. Got to make sure you put a union here, so that way if you ever need to take this apart, you know, because I've got my pipe going all the way outside. It goes through the wall, and you can just unhook the union and this will come right off the wall. So if you ever need to do any work or anything like that, or any work outside, you need to move this pipe. That way you can just take it off. If not, you put all this together, you're kind of in trouble if you need to take something apart. So hopefully we'll get this going. it'll heat this garage up pretty nice, and then we can get back to work on the, let's see, we got the 78. Got the 78 right here. Like I told you before, we're gonna put a cam in it. I'm putting a new intake, and as you can see right now, all we have now is the factory intake, and it just has a 2-barrel Motorcraft carburetor on it. So that's coming off, carburetor's coming out, the putting a cam in it, and I'm still working on a few other things. Like I told you before, I got the dash out of it. I'm trying to get the fuse box. Anybody who has worked on these Mustangs knows that the fuse box is way up underneath the dash, so high up that now maybe some smaller fellas can get in there, but I'm not exactly a small guy. I'm almost 6 foot 200 pounds, so it's pretty tough for me to fit underneath of this car. I got the seat out, and I'm trying to lay in there, trying to reach up in that dash. So is what I'm thinking about doing is I'm taking half this dash apart. I'm going to see if I can relocate that fuse box maybe a little lower so I can reach in there if I need to get to it. Because as of right now, I'm having a tough time. I might send my son in there, see if he can get up in there and see if there's a fuse that's blown, because I'm having some kind of a trouble with it right now that it doesn't seem to want to start. I put a new starter in it, and that's a job in itself. So literally when I put the starter in it, we had to remove the headers, had to pull the headers out, this side anyway, pull this side header out, take the motor mount loose, put this thing up in the air on the lift, then I took my floor jack, took the motor mount out, then I had to lift this whole side of the motor up just to get the header down and out. Then the starter is all the way down there. It has to come up from the top. In this car, I've got the gear reducer starter on it with the solenoid built right in. The solenoid's not on the wall on the firewall in this car. So it's built right in, and it's kind of a pain to get to. So we got all that back in, and it still doesn't want to start. So I think it's the neutral safety switch. So I'm gonna check that, and that should be what the problem is, because I was messing around with some stuff down there. So I'm gonna put a new safety switch, or wire that back up, get this thing going, put the cam in, and put the carburetor on it, and that way we'll have the garage all heated up. And let me show you, we get down here, and then we can get into business with this. Let me turn the light on. Then we can get into business working on this 78. Now, like I showed you, that hood scoop of that old Thunderbird, I don't know. I think it would look pretty cool on this hood. So if you think it would, send me a message, text, or make a comment. Tell me if you think it's dumb, if you think it'd be cool, if you think it'd be kind of unique because nobody's done it. You never know. So, like I showed you, I don't know if I showed you before, this is going to be the intake carburetor going on that 78. It's a nice 600 Holley with a Edelbrock. I think it's a 2020 or a 220, something like that. It's a pretty nice little intake. So that should increase the horsepower a little bit. Should make things run pretty good. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll make another video once we get this thing heated, and then we'll get on working on this car. We'll get it back up in the air and get this thing going, and hopefully we'll start it. You can hear it. I'm gonna get working on finish up them traction bars, see what we can do with that. And until next time, leave a comment, please subscribe. I'm gonna try and keep these videos coming. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I got back from SEMA, but the weather's been crappy, and we've had Thanksgiving, and it's just been a whole big bunch of things going on. So I want to get some things moving, get these holidays out of the way, and then just do nothing but working on these cars and getting them painted, getting them ready to go, getting the engines done, and hopefully get the 78 out to Vegas next November. So I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.